Well, the pegs are pulled, the black sheets have been torn down, and all that remains are a few holes in the Legislature lawn. Today, the thousands who took part in the rally on the lawn yesterday returned to their everyday lives, most of them proud of what they believe was a job well done. As it turned out, there was no violence, there was no civil unrest, no arrests or damage, just thousands of people who came together to say no to oil sands and tankers and pipelines. CTV's Joe Perkins reports.
Troy Thompson doesn't have a lot of free time to think about anything but work, but yesterday his job took him near the BC Legislature.
And I was driving through and I saw all the people with their signs out and whatnot.
He saw what people across Canada saw, a crowd that one day later is being hailed for its diversity.
I think that's true. It's people like me. I'm a mom with 2 kids. I've never come out organizing anything.
But yesterday she was out, and she wasn't alone.
You had First Nations, you had seniors, you had families there with their kids. It did surprise me, and I think it was also the strongest message.
It's how many are judging yesterday, but expressing a feeling
no
and changing policy are two different things. While the NDP opposes the Northern Gateway pipeline, today the BC Conservatives clearly got behind it.
Most people aren't paying attention to the economic benefits that would flow not only to British Columbia but to Canada.
Support from the Premier still remains contingent on the project meeting 5 requirements.
How many conditions has Enbridge met of those 5 today?
None.
So far, Clark says she's been unimpressed with Enbridge's performance during the joint review panel. The question now is, will yesterday's momentum carry into phase 2? Tomorrow, the next scheduled plan of action. At noon, protesters plan to target more than 60 MLA offices, 14 of them on Vancouver Island, hoping to send a more direct message that when it comes to tankers, tar sands, and pipelines, opposition can be found not just on the Legislature lawn, but in every corner of the province.
Me and some neighbors, we just posted them.
The mother of 2 is leading the rally outside Oak Bay Gordon Head MLA Ida Chong's office. Chong will not be in her office tomorrow. She has prior commitments, but says if she could be there, she would. As for her party's position,
It's been fairly clearly laid out and articulated by not only the Premier but also by the Environment Minister as well.
For people like Thompson, yesterday's rally was an introduction to an issue.
Like I said before, if these people are out here protesting, then, it's worth having a second look at, that's for sure.
When he gets some time, he says he'll take a look and possibly even join the fight, a battle that's just warming up.
CTV's Joe Perkins joins us now live outside the Legislature in the Inner Harbour. Joe, yesterday afternoon, pegs pounded in the lawn. Any civil disobedience or action planned for tomorrow?
Well, it's nothing illegal at this point. At last check, there were 63 actions scheduled across the province for tomorrow. Nearly 2,000 people, more than that, indicated that they will be taking part. Like you mentioned, yesterday it was pegs, black sheets. Tomorrow, it's the linking of arms. The protesters say they will link arms, forming a line of opposition outside MLA offices. But the MLAs that I spoke to today, Hudson, most of them are looking forward to it. I think we'll find that there'll be a lot of doors open, some saying that they'll have coffee, cookies ready, and they're seeing it really as an opportunity to speak to the people in their constituency. We will, of course, cover that tomorrow and see what happens.
All right, we will indeed. Joe Perkins at the Legislature. Joe, thanks.
You're welcome.